Hello, everybody. We are live. Yay! I don't know why. Every time I go live, it shows a little bit of the computer. Just put that there. So I hope everybody has had a good July. This is the recap video. Yay! So in July, I took down a little journal. Of course, I show you this journal, which is really pretty. I probably got this over at, where did I get this? TJ Maxx? Yeah, I got this at TJ Maxx a long time ago. So I was really happy to have gotten it. So I wrote down all the books that I colored from in this. As you can tell, it's very much like my color books. Like, so I color it in. So I did, according to my stats, 32 books. Really, if we go, my niece Saya colored a page that she went and scribbled on the other day. She's only 2 years old. So I did 48 pages in total this month. 3 Christmas and July pictures, 4 July Color Your Award 2022s this month. So I did a lot of pictures. So I'm going to do the one that my niece did. My niece scribbled on these. So as you can tell, my niece scribbled on these. You can tell this is the 2-year-old's. This is the 2-year-old's work. My 4-year-old niece is getting into like fashion and dresses, so she decided to just draw a picture. This is my niece's artwork. Yes, this is what the 2-year-old did. It's funny, but I thought it would be funny. I wrote down Saya's name, so I thought I'd show you all that, just so you guys get a kind of understanding of where I am with the books. I do have books that are being worked on too, so not like I just magically did them. So that was what Saya did. Saya is the name of my 2-year-old niece. Hazel is my other niece at 4, if anybody's curious. Yes, they have names. It was 32 books, 48 pages. I wanted to show you the Saya page first because get that out of the way. So yeah, we did 32 books, 48 pages in total. So that is what the record is this month, if anybody's wondering. So then I did 2 pages from Disney princesses. My nieces were not into Disney for whatever reason, but this one is Merida. I liked it doing this one. A lot of you saw this picture and thought this was really good, but I also did it with glitter gel pens. You really can't see the glitter until you put it up, then you see the glitter, which I used some colored gel pens. It's kind of funny because over here we do have Dollar Trees by the house, so there's always stuff in there. And then I did this one. A lot of you guys didn't see the Little Mermaid one that I did. This is one that I did that I didn't take a photo of. I kind of did not like the way it came out. I picked way too many dark colors for it. I think that was my problem that I did that. So I didn't pick the right colors for it. So that was part of the problem, I think. I just didn't like the way the colors came out. So I think that's that. Maui Mermaids and Island Whimsy Girls. I did one picture in here. This is the artist edition, which you have to go to. If you want artist editions from the certain illustrators, you have to go to their website. So we did this one on Livestream. I think this was the one when I found my Copics. I was like, yeah. So we did this one, which I really like the way this one came out. This one is one of the simpler ones. Like she always does a simple page and then a more this is the more simple, like a face up, and then she does a more traditional one. So just so you guys kind of have an understanding of how the books work. And then the Myka Jelina collection too. I really like the paper in this book. Only thing is like some of the pages are a little hard because they're grayscale. Like some will line up like this, and then you get like a grayscale like this, and then she'll do a bigger one like that. So with Myka Jelina, she has a couple of books on Etsy, so I linked her to the store if you guys are wondering. So this is a spiral round. Christmas in July. I did 2 pages in this. We did this one, which I really like this one. I don't think this one was done on camera. But I think the other one might have been done. Yeah, this one was done. Oh, this one was done on camera. This one was during a live stream. That was not meant to happen. So I did like it though. It did come out nice though, Then you see the little glitter stuff in there. That's colored gel pens. Like sometimes the gel pens don't come up on camera and I don't know why. Hello to the one person in the chat. Then I did this, which is the Grayscale coloring book, Kawaii Horror. So I haven't found some of my books are still in boxes, but we're just, you know, it's about getting organized actually now. So this one I do with a lot of colors. I actually used a yellow pencil. I think I used the Star Joy yellow for this background because I just was like, it needed a background, but I had already used a lot of blues, purples, and grays already. So I was like, what color could just make it pop? Sometimes you need a color that's not in your traditional set to make it pop. So I like that one. Then we did Serene. We did this one on camera. So this one, I was really happy with this one. This one like took us 2 streams, guys. You guys, the ones who were here knew that we used a lot of different pencils for this and things like this. Now, Nicholas Filbert always has like really nice stuff in his arsenal, which I really like. Then we're going to go to the Color in Heavens. You all know that these Color in Heavens are kind of like, they're fun to do, but also this one we did. This one is from the Christmas Special issue 29. It's one of my older Color in Heaven books. And I used markers, gel pens. You guys really can't see that, but I used a colored gel pen on the little gold, so it doesn't show, but I wanted like reds, purples, blues. I really liked the way it came out, so that was that one. Then this one came in, which is Cabbage Patch Kids. Now this is like my 80s fascination. Like I'm an 80s kid, so you know, I love 80s. So this was the first one I colored. So this is a Color Your Hoard picture. You know, Color Your Hoard is the color along that Lumbella and Kylara are doing this year. So this one was the first one I colored in it. I just started doing a redheaded girl with a dog and having her little trees. You know, this one kind of reminded me of when I was staying with my brother. Hello, thank you. I like that. I use markers, but of course, when I use markers, I have to always put a blotted page down because it's funny. I think I did a flip when this came in, so already on the channel. I might not have, but I think I did. I think this flips online. So this one I did 2 from here. This is Gothic Fantasy Special by Ines Guerrero, and this is, what issue is this? Issue 98 or 89? I don't remember which issue, but this had a lot. See, I did this one in it. This is for Color Your Hoard. I love the colors in this one. And then I did this one as well. We did this one as well. I just like doing different things with Ines Guerrero on it. So that was that one. These Color in Heaven magazines, you can get them now at the Color in Heaven now has their own website where you can buy them. But Etsy also has a store for Color in Heaven if you want. But this one, because I didn't have my markers and I only had my pencils, I mostly use markers in this book. So I decided to do this one. It kind of gave me like a 60s hippie vibe when I was finished with it. I really liked Maud Lamont's books. So that one was that. Cutesy Christmas Special. I think I didn't do this one on. Oh yes, we did this one on camera, but I did this with using a different technique. We did like what's called shading with your pencil rather than full on press the way I normally color it. Yeah, we did this one because it was Christmas in July, and I thought it would just be a fun picture to color. You know, and this is a Mariola Budek one. This has like different artists like Mario Budek, Jen Katz, Hannah Lynn, Ruth Sanderson, Rosie Ramnana, and Lingris Arts, who's an Etsy artist. Sometimes I like when they put more than one artist in a book. Sometimes I just like one. But for me, I like when they put like a couple of artists in an issue because it's really nice. Now, this one I'm trying to finish. This is Fairy Special, and I do not know why the tag did not come on this, but I remember which image we did in this book. I am trying to finish this book. I'm trying to look for the blue-haired fairy, which I really like the blue-haired fairy. I always like seeing the blue-haired fairy. This is the one that we did with markers, and I forget who suggested that we do her hair blue, but it was one of the people in the live stream that suggested that we do the hair blue. And I actually liked doing her hair blue. It was actually a different surprise for me to do blue hair because I normally don't do blue hair. I normally stick to traditional colors. Sometimes I do purple hair, but I really like how the blue made her stand out. So this was done with markers. Now this one is Steampunk Special by Matt and Dawn. They are husband and wife. Now Dawn Davidson, a lot of you know she does a lot of her artwork on Etsy. She has a husband, and he is just as talented as she is. He does a lot of beautiful work, and this is this one that I did. It has blue, purple, red hair. I just thought this one was just a fun one to do. It was just something simple. I didn't say easy because, you know, none of the images in this book are really that easy because they get more complicated and they get more detailed, you know. Hi, Michelle. So we did that one. So then I did some work in seasons. Now I did 2 pages. I think I did 2 spreads in this one. Hold on, let me get the spreads. Okay. This one and this one I did. I did this one. I really enjoyed this spread. I did this one. Yeah, and I'll show you some stuff that I'm working on. I did this one, and then I did this in this book. So you guys can tell that I'm doing the books kind of now in an order way to see what I'm done. Then I started this one. I actually haven't finished this one. I started this one and I didn't finish it. So it's kind of like, well, what books will you do, you know? There's a lot of pictures in here that I started but never finished. So part of this is like, I'm going to start going through the books and see what I started and not finished, you know? For me, it's very important that I start finishing things. Like I start them, but then I don't finish them. And so I'm like, no, that's got to change. Okay, so then we did spirit animals. I did a lot of this with colored pencils, like mostly my Holbeins, my Prismas, or my Star Joys. Like I don't really like the new Star Joy pencils, not the ones that came out, not the gold ones, but the ones that I have. I don't really like the Star Joys. Here's this one that I did. I did this kind of different than normal. I made the tones different, and I didn't use my Prismas for the skin tone. I actually used my Black Widows and my Pablos for the skin tone. Then I'm in the middle of doing this one. So that's that one, right? And then I did this one. We did this one, right? I did this one. What you're supposed to do is do the animal after you do that one. I don't like the way the skin worked on this one. I just don't like it. It came out really yellowish on camera. I don't know why on camera it comes out yellowish. So then let me get the next set of books, which is the small books. These are the small books, as we call them. Move these. Just give me a second to move some of these. That's what you call doing everything in a way that makes sense. So then you do this, right? Then you do this books. And I'll show you some of the books I'm working on as well. So you guys have an understanding of how I'm working with the books. And I just dropped the eraser. I do not know where the eraser went. You know, because you always need the eraser to get all those things colored. No, that's okay. We're always, I'm always sometimes in a rut. So then we did Symphony of Cute Animals by Kanuko. So you see, this one is a work in progress. Then I did the brown in here. Like I'm still figuring out how to do this. And then I did this page. As you can tell, I use my Prismas, my Pablos, my Luminance pencils for this all. So this is a 2-page spread. Some of you just saw this, and then I am working on, what am I working on in this book? It's a kitty cat. I would have finished this, but unfortunately I didn't get to finish it. As you can tell, I used Luminance and my Pablos for this. The kitty was done in Prismas, if anybody's wondering. I just got to do the flowers and the roses in this, and then I can go on and say that. So that's one of the pictures I'm working on for next month. Right? So I showed my picture that my niece did. Yeah, I know. Like for me, it's like I haven't colored in a really long time. So this is the Art of Mandala 2 by Jason Hamilton. So we did this one, but I messed up because I stopped doing it and then I forgot what pencils I used. Like, sometimes, we forget what pencils we use. But I did this one. I wanted something different than the red and the pinks. So as you guys can tell, I did some Glitterama on this. I'm trying to finish the Mandala books, the little ones, because, that's the way it works. The Art of Mandala, Volume 1 by Jason Hamilton. Now, I did 3 in this book. Some of you may not have seen these all. So I tried to fill in the gaps. I did pencil work in this with green, orange, yellow. Sometimes I like to change up the color combo that I'm working on. Then I did this in gel pens mostly and some pencil, but I mostly used my color at gel pen and some pencil work in it. So this was done mostly, as you guys can see. Like you guys really don't see the glitter until I move it up. So it is a glitterama. Then this, I just used different colors. I used my Memo Office projects for this. I thought this would be a fun picture to color. Now, this book, I can't seem to find it anywhere. And there's a new edition of this book. This is called Po Drogi Strone Snu. It means other side of the sleep or other side of the dreams. So this is a weird book because this book is falling apart. There's a new edition of this, which is a hardcover edition that she has of it. So here's this. Now, I wish I could, you know what, maybe I should take some of these off. I can't do it. Not without hurting myself. I can't do this without hurting myself. So this is like kind of like you can't do this, some of these books without hurting yourself. So this one, this book is falling apart, which is such a shame because I paid a lot of money back in the day for this little book. So I did this one. So you can tell that some of the pencil work, what I don't like about this is the pencil work bleeds out when you finish a page. It bleeds out onto the other side. Even if you put a piece of construction paper in between the pages, it does that. So I'm not exactly 100% filled. Then we did this one, which is a double-sided one. I did this basically in pink and red. I just love pink and reds, as you guys can probably tell. So those were the two that I did in that. I don't know if I'm keeping the book or not when I finish it or not because it just was, the pages are falling apart like crazy. Now, this one I did spring scenes. Now, a lot of you didn't get to see this because I did it off camera. I had to do one Creative Haven book this month. That's like the thing. I have to do at least one Creative Haven book. So this is what I did. I did this basically with markers, all of it in markers, Copics, and the Memo Office. Then I started this one. I actually haven't finished this one. So I did start another page, right? So then I did an oversized book because my niece Saya told me what colors to pick for the most part, but I finished it when she wasn't around. And she scribbled on it too while I was coloring it. So I can't get mad at her. I can't yell at her because when I yell at her, she starts crying. And I'm like, she came over for a weekend. So then they were like going, Auntie Grace, we don't like these pencils. Do you have crayons? So I was like, okay. Luckily enough, I had some Crayola crayons. So that was Mermaid Legends. There's apparently supposed to be another edition. My edition is falling apart. This is the original edition of Mermaid Legends. Anastasia Kovaviva has a book, but I don't know what happened to her Etsy store because I can't find it when I wanted to post the link to it. Mythic World. Now, I have one whip that we were doing live, but I did this one. I finished this one first, which is the intro page. As you guys can tell, I did this one. And then I started this one. So I have a work in progress by this one. So I did some work in this one. And I finished. So as you guys can tell, I've been working on this page, on some of these books. So then we did this one. So let me do a 2-page spread. Yeah, I'm shocked that I finished a Kirby page. And for me to finish a Kirby page takes discipline. I did this one night when I was watching TV. I think I was watching Stranger Things, and possibly with John Wick movies. So we did this one, which really is nice. I saw this as a 2-page spread. I really enjoyed that one. And then there was one that we were doing while we were live with Black Widows, I believe. Yeah. So I'm trying to do a 2-page, I still got to do the skin. I still got to do the jewelry. here for her, and then I got to do the other side too. I'm going to try and do matching colors for both sides from now on when I do those books. So that's that. Fairy tales. I did like a couple in this month, so I did this one. I don't know why that page that comes out that sticky. I did this one. This was a forever whip that I've been working on. I finally finished a forever whip. I'm so happy I finished a forever whip in this book. But there are pages that I'm still working on. As you can tell, I'm still working on this one. This one I got done finally. So I was like happy with that one. So a lot of you get to see a lot of the things I work on in this book. That one is an old whip. This is an older whip. So I got to figure out what I'm doing with it exactly. But I always figure out that I'm doing like a couple of things in here. This is an old whip because I did it with some old gel pens. So I got to figure out if I'm going to make it glittery. I'm not going to make it glittery. Am I going to do it with pencils, gel pens? Because this is mostly a pencil book. That's an old whip. I got to figure out what colors I'm going to eventually do for it. This one we did on Livestream. I believe this was the first one I did when I came back on camera. I believe. There's a lot in here. This is an old whip, so I got to figure out what red this is, what brown this is. So I probably can figure that out, you know. Then I started doing this one. So this was Prismas and some Black Widows. So you guys can tell that I have quite a few things that I've done. Cityscape. Now, Cityscapes is a weird book because I don't have any idea where I bought it from. I think I saw it on Sammy's channel originally. Then I liked it enough that I wanted to keep it. As you guys can see, I have, this happens to all my pages. I don't know why in some books, even if you're like careful, it still bleeds through. So I did this one, right? And then I'm currently, I finished this half of the page, but remember, this is a 2-page spread book. So you have to do the other half before you can say you're finished with it. So remember, we were just doing the leaves. Trying to do the leaves like that, you know, the green leaves, like, but then, hi Danielle. So then I'm also working on this page, the Eiffel Tower and this one. So this is not nearly done. As you can tell, I love cityscapes. There's a lot of books I did this month. I came back with a vengeance. Remember, I didn't go live for a few months. I didn't have access to a lot of my books. Remember that, you know, everything that happened with the move and everything. So remember, this is like a month where I just went like and was like happy to get my books back. I've been moving, you know, we got the bed. Finally got the bed to just the way I want. Yeah, because I have a Tempur-Pedic bed, so I finally figured out how to move the what do you call it? The remote for it. And adjust the bed to be like comfy. So that's like the real big thing. So cute and creepy. We did this one. This is the first page. I really like this first page a lot. So then what did we do in the book? And then I did this one. A lot of you haven't even seen this one yet. This one is funny. I like this one. I made it look like a candy wonderland. Yeah, I put the background as green and red, and then I did the thing with purples and blues. I did this with Black Widows. I did this with Prismas and Pablos. So then we did these two. Like I tried to make them complement each other. So I did this one. I used up the whole Star Trek pencil almost just doing the background. I know, right? It's fun. I like that background. And then I did this one. Now, this one didn't have dots on it, but because I wanted it to have dots like this one, but then I made a lot of dots. I forgot what pink, so that's why the pink is different here. So it's like a salmon pink. So I used a lot of different pencils on that one. And then we did this one. Some of you saw the sea creature. One of my goals is to finish a Camilla D'Erico book. You know, I have a lot of books, though. Then I did this one in yellow, orange, and green. I just thought it would be fun to do something cute and different. So that was that one. I like to do different things. Now, this was a newsstand book. I have no idea when I bought this. I really don't. It probably was a Rite Aid, knowing my luck. So then I did this one. See, I didn't finish this one. This one is a whip. So I'll probably finish it up in December. This is Christmas coloring. Yeah, I have some books. And then I did this one. I finished this one. So I used it for Color Your Hoard. When I went to get the picture, I was like, I couldn't fit to the Instagram thingy. So some of you saw that on Instagram. Then I did Birmingham, the Invisible City by Mardel Rubio. A lot of you, like, this is a thing I'm working on right now with him, with his book. So the green is a little bit different. I used some different shades of green. So I don't know what pencils I originally used. So I just covered it all up and blended it to make it look like one green. So then I did, that's a work in progress. We did this one. Some of you may have seen this one. That one was done entirely with pencils. Sometimes when I work on a book, I'll use markers, but sometimes I like using pencils on some of these books just because I get a different texture than if I was doing it marker. But if you do it marker, it's a lot faster. When you use pencils, this is not as easy. So I did this one too. Isn't the stocking cute? I like that one. That was a nice thing for Christmas. So I did this one. Now, this book is funny. This is Fantasia. Now, my book is double-sided. I have a few things I'm working on in this book. So I'm still working on this page, but I've done a few pages in this. So and then I'm working in, what's the other one I'm working in? I'm working back on this one. Skin was already done, so I'm working back in this one. I'm working on that one as a progress page. I have goals to finish certain books. I would really like to finish certain things in this book. And then I'm working on this one, the red one. I have a lot of incomplete pages in this, so I did the flowers, different reds, different greens, different reds from different sets. So, I'm using up my Star Joys. My Star Joys are like going through the paper, like some of the colors go through the paper, like they love certain paper and certain paper does not love my pencils because it eats up my pencils, which is okay. So I did this one. This is World Beyond Fairy Tales, I think. I don't have the newest Erie book, but that's okay because I have plenty of other books to do. So I did this one, which is the Cinderella one. But when I was coloring, look what it did. Because I had already colored in this one. Look at this. I have to actually erase a lot of stuff on that book. So when I do this, when you color with the Erie book, sometimes they have that thing where it just goes through everything. You don't know why. Then I believe we did this one via live stream. This is called The Colorful World of Steampunk, which I really like the paper in this, and this is spiral bound. So we used markers in this, I believe, right? We used markers in this. This was done via live stream. So I did this one. I actually like the way this one came out. I just don't like the way the skin tone came out on camera. For whatever reason, it didn't come out well. But that's okay because we can always blend it. I love these colored books because they have nice paper. You can use the markers in them and not be afraid to damage them. Then we did Tenderful Enchantments by Clara Milkova. I think this is an Etsy purchase that I bought a long time ago. So we did this one on camera. I just thought this that was a cute picture. It had a lot of stuff in it. A lot of stuff. This has a lot of pictures in it that I like. I forget what pencils we used. Then we did Magical Fairies. I did Magical Fairies, which I loved. Magical Fairies. This is the Demeter Victoria book. So I went back into this book and saw what page did I not color in. So I did this with the Memophis markers mostly. I don't think I used my Copics for this. I have Memophis markers, which is like the budget-friendly markers, which I really, really loved this book. I love the fairies. This is like part grayscale, part line art. As you can tell, I've done quite a few things in this book. So I think maybe I could finish it, maybe not. I don't know. It depends on things, I want to do with the book and what I'm in the mood for. So let me give you the whips. I haven't done anything. Go to the whip box. to the whips. Yeah, I did some whips. I didn't finish a lot of my whips. So here's one of the whips. This comes from Enchanted Castles. This is a Fabiana Attanasio book. I haven't been able to find my fairy tale books yet, but in time I will. So when we get the bookcase, we put away our hardcover books, which is the actual reading books. Cookbooks. I did this one. Haven't finished it. This is also a whip as well. I haven't finished this one either. Some of these are long-term whips. When I do this book, I always feel like I do so that these books are like so much harder to do than other books because they're find and seek books in a way. But I'm like, then I did this one. I was in the middle of doing this one and I didn't finish it. As you can tell, I like to do the background work. I might finish something next month. This one looks like it's almost done. I just have to fill in a few little more dots and things in it, and then it'll be done. But this one is almost done, as you guys can tell. I have not finished it yet. I still have a little bit more to do in this one. But I tell you, these books, when they're done, they come out. I see people do some spectacular things in them. Let me see if I have any other. Oh, and then I have this one, which I did in markers. So I still have to do this one. I seem to have a thing with this book, never completing a picture in it. That is the story of this book. I feel like I'm never going to finish this book, or what I call the unfinished picture book, right? So then this was another book that I've been doing a few whips in here. So now this is a picture book that I haven't been able to finish. So I did, see this one? I did this one. I started this one. I haven't actually finished it yet. And then there's the ice cream page in this one. This is when I first saw you. Then I have this one. Like I have so many pictures to do in this book. It's like not funny. So I did this one. And then I did find my Livers one in it. So as you can see, this one also has some pictures in it that needs to be done, right? So I still need to finish the hair and the things in here. So this book has a lot of whips in it. So I have that one, but the pages are falling out, which makes me so sad because when you buy these books on Etsy, you think the binding would be better. And then there's this one, which is a long-term whip. I have a lot of whips. I'm realizing this. So I did this one a long time ago, but I still have to do the bus. Then I have this one to do. So now there's a lot of pictures to do in this book. I'm thinking maybe I should just take the unbind it and just spiral bound it at some point. At some point I might do that with this book. But I don't know if I want to do it. I know, right? Then I have a forever whip. What is a forever whip? It means I've been working on this page for almost a year and a half or maybe 2 years now. So this is what is this? The Ivy and the Inky Butterfly picture. So as you can see, I'm almost done with. I think I just have a little bit more to do in this book, on this side, and then I have this side to do. So this is my forever whip that I've been doing for the Johanna Basfin one, right? So once I'm done with that, I think I'll be able to move through Ivy and the Inky Butterfly much quicker. Now this is a book that I haven't colored in at all. And my nieces saw it, but I did not give it to them. My niece Hazel was like, I want to color in that. But I could not give it to her. So one of the books that I want to do a picture in is Maja's Fairy Tales by Maja Vandenberg. That's right. That's right. That's right. And then I want to do something in Serenity. Believe it or not, I have not finished a picture in this at all. I do not have the new Anastasia Caldevilla book. Actually, the newest book I have is Serenity. I think the one picture. I have not finished a picture in this at all, so I could still claim Color Your Horde for this. I think there's one picture I started a long time ago, and I'm looking for it, and I saw it before the stream. So that's what some of the things I want to do for this. Not finished it. like looking for the page. Like, you know, I don't come on every day, even though I should, because right now I'm not working. But, you know, here, you know, you have to walk everywhere. And if the buses are not running in the community, you know, you have to literally walk outside the community and do it. But, you know, I also want to start working. I think this is the only picture in the book that I have done and I've not finished it. So I have not colored another page in this. I think we started this a long time ago and then we never finished it. So that's hilarious to me. So that book is done. So then I have goals for next month. Here are some of the goals for next month. Page from Serenity by Anastasia Koldaviva. 1 Kirby page. Try to finish Forever Whip in Inky and the Butterfly. Try and finish a page in When I First Saw You. Try to color one page in an Asian coloring book. Do 1 Disney page. 1 picture from Marge's Fairy Tales. 1 Grayscale. 1 hardcover page. Something for Color Your Hoard. And 1 foreign book that isn't Asian, but something other than Asian. So, you know what I mean? Like something like a Clara McCulver. I also want to do some more stuff in Color in Heaven, do some more pages in some Color in Heavens, you know. That is actually something that I really want to work at, is try and do some more Color in Heavens. So everything is there, and then I have these little books, and everything is like so much work. Oh, some of you guys did not get to see my Saya page, the page that the 2-year-old did. Well, let me show you the 2-year-olds. Beautiful work. Let me show you the 2-year-olds. Beautiful work. Let me show you the 2-year-olds. Who wants to see the 2-year-olds work? I showed you in the beginning when nobody was here. Let me show you what my niece did when she came over. And this is my 2-year-old niece. This is not the 4-year-old niece. The 4-year-old niece decided to do drawer instead. This is Saya's work. This is my niece, Saya. Luckily, this was one of the only pages she did, and then she did something with my Snow White page. She scribbled on my Snow White page, too. It was already done, so I was like, oh, you did not just do that to me. This is what the 2... Beautiful job, little one. Yeah, beautiful job until you realize she ruined the page. She did something with the Snow White picture that I hadn't realized she did until I was looking at it. See, and this is something that I did a long time ago, and I have to figure out why. I have to figure out what I did on that one. Some of the pictures, I actually have to look them up on how to do them because they're newer princesses, right? And then, everybody remembers this. Let me show you what she scribbled. Look at that. She took a purple thing and scribbled it on it after I had finished doing it. Yeah, she got into it without me knowing, so. You know, because I brought out the books and, you know, we decided to color. I had my pencils out, but then, you know, they wanted construction paper and then, you know, things happened and I left the book alone. I shouldn't have done that, leaving the book alone, you know, knowing that they were 2 years old and things like that. So, you know, we all go through this thing where the kids are just like, So I brought out construction paper for them, and then I brought out a set of Crayola crayons because my niece, Hazel, goes, Auntie Grace, do you have crayons? Luckily, I had a bunch of crayons when they came over last time. It came over about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, they came over about 2 weeks ago. And I'll show you a picture of Hazel. I normally don't have a picture of Saya. Some of you have already seen what Saya looks like. So I just have to find a picture of what Hazel looks like. This is what my niece Hazel looks like. If anybody's curious, this is Hazel. Some of you may have seen Saya already. This is my brother's dog, Oz. This is Oz. I tell you, when I was living with my brother, this dog is hilarious in its own right. I bonded with him, and I really do miss the dog. We had a very good time, me and the dog. some of you may have seen, I'm just looking for the picture of Saya and me together. Some of you may have seen that on Instagram. A picture of me and Saya together on the computer. This was when I was living with my brother in his house. This is me and Saya. So this is me and Saya. Some of you may have seen this on Instagram. So that is the photos of my brother's children. we're on our own place now. We are in Laguna. So we now are in our own house. So this was, this is like the first month in the house. So it's kind of like a thing where you transition in, and I'm trying to get a job right now as well, because let's face it, I really do miss working, and I need to do a lot of things. I'm applying for jobs. I'm taking assessment tests. Those assessment tests are no joke. They're really a lot of work, and people think they're not a lot of work. They are. So those are some of my goals. Thank you. But those are some of my goals. But one of my goals is to try and get a job, hopefully next month. I know my health insurance is paid up for next month, but after that, I'm kind of worried. Everything is kind of in a worrisome mode. So, and it was kind of funny because I ran out of one of my medicines, and right as I ran out, the day I ran out, my refill comes. So I'm always like, oh, thank you, because you don't want to be without your medicine. A lot of you know about my health problems and things like that. So I am watching Stranger Things on Netflix. I finished up season 3. Right now my Netflix and my streaming services are not working on the regular TV. So I just caught up with Harley Quinn season 3. So I watched the first 3 episodes of that today. That was really good. I enjoyed it immensely. And then other things happened. So I really was very happy with that. That will be on soon. I think that comes in on September. I love Cobra Kai. That is so good. I love that show. Oh, are you kidding me? That is such a good show. I love The Witcher. I like Becoming Elizabeth on Stars. What else am I watching? I actually did not think I would enjoy Stranger Things. Surprisingly, I enjoyed Stranger Things. I'm also watching Virgin River season 4 right now. That too came up. I really enjoyed that. What else do I watch? I watch a whole lot of stuff on Peacock. I watch my wrestling on Peacock basically. I love The Boys. I tell you, The Boys was really good. I think, when does Cobra Kai come on again? Hold on. I think they gave us a date for that. Did they give us a date for that? Yeah, I think they're coming soon. Let me see when they're coming out with that. They say worth the wait. I loved Resident Evil, the TV series. I thought it was surprising. I'll tell you right now. Okay, on SummerSlam, I saw some of it. I didn't see all of it. I missed some of it because I was busy doing other things yesterday. When you go out here, it's really hot out here. So unless you're going out first thing in the morning to get stuff, it's really hot and you're like tired from the heat. I will tell you that I was surprised by the tractor trailer. I liked the return of Bailey. I wasn't expecting Dakota Kai. I didn't think she had a WWE contract because I remember she left. She wasn't happy when she left NXT. I know that. I thought Io Shirai. I know Io Shirai was injured, so I was surprised to see her there. I thought it was a very good show without Vince, actually, because a lot of that is Triple H's. He lifted the ring with a tractor trailer. When do you ever see that? I mean, I thought that was quite surprising, but that fits Brock because he's crazy. Everybody knows that Brock is crazy. I was glad that Edge returned. I was wondering who the vignettes were. I honest to God thought that they were going to get somebody from down from NXT to do that. I should have known it was Edge. For a moment, I thought maybe Triple H had brought back Bray Wyatt. That was just my opinion. I thought they brought back. I thought some of the matches could have done without. The Ronda Rousey match, I did too. I wanted it to be Bray. But Bray's not coming back. He doesn't want to come back. So I'm kind of glad that Triple H is back in charge of creative talent in WWE because I think he's a better fit and he understands what wrestling fans want and need. So guys, I'm going to go. It's time for me to take some lunch. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. I know it's shorter than our normal streams, but I think it was pretty. I actually did not. No, I actually enjoyed the Ronda match. I didn't want Ronda to win it because I think it should go to Liv. I want Liv to have a long run. That's all I'm going to say in retrospect because I want Liv to have a longer run. I want new talent to win. I want new talent to succeed because it's better if the new talent wins rather than giving it to me. Why not do homegrown talent? So I want to say goodbye to everybody and thank you everybody for coming. I left as many links as I could find down there. Not every link I can find again. So I hope you all have enjoyed this stream. Bye everybody.